everybody. Hi, Tonight Show. We got a couple more comedians. Here we go. Put your hands together. Jazmyn Washington!
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Am I in the right spot?
Yeah.
How y'all doing? Y'all good?
Yeah!
Cool. I actually go by Jazmyn W. How did you know my last...
I think it said it somewhere. I don't know.
Yeah, how'd you find it?
Sorry.
That's okay. I go by Jazmyn W. People don't really understand why, but there are enough Washingtons out here. We got Denzel, we got Kerry Washington, we got George Washington Carver, we got the first president. We do not need another Washington. It's fine. Y'all will be okay without one. I'm actually not high right now because I'm getting over a cold. I usually don't do stand-up high either because the one time I did that, I had to go to the mirror, to the bathroom before the show to make sure I was still me.
Yeah.
Girl, is that you, girl?
Is that me?
That doesn't really work out. I recently introduced my husband to edibles as well. We microdose, right?
Yeah.
So it's good for him. He's very high strung. But I realized that edibles make my husband horny. I've created a monster, you guys. It's terrible. Somebody save me, please. Every time I come home, he's in the bed like, wow. I'm like, oh, you're horny. Oh my God, this is terrible. Somebody get me out of here. I need a divorce after this. Sex is good, but damn, he's high every day, you guys. I mean, like, and he just keeps going. Anyway, that's not really that. That's not funny. That's just my great life, I guess. Because everybody pointed out how most people here aren't getting any. I'm sorry. I just came back from Dallas. I'm from Dallas originally. Hey, oh, y'all don't care. You don't have to care. Everybody from Dallas keeps asking me when I'm gonna move back, like it's mandatory. Like, never. Like, I didn't know, like, you could eat avocados separate from guacamole before I moved to California. That's how terrible Texas is. I asked my mom, I'm like, why didn't you give us avocados? She's like, you mean guac? I'm like, no, bitch. I mean avocados separate. She's like, how? It's annoying. I don't even know why I still have friends in Dallas. Like the other day, my friend had surgery on her neck, and I called her like the day after to see how she was doing. She was eating barbecue. I'm like, who eats barbecue after surgery? Like, and it was ribs, like pork ribs. Like she had to use her neck to eat the food. I'm like, this is stupid. Why are we friends?
Yeah.
I don't eat meat. I haven't eaten meat in probably almost 3 years now.
Wow.
So yeah. Oh, except when I go on vacation. Who doesn't like a good steak on vacation, you guys? But no, I haven't eaten meat. I've probably eaten meat probably 4 or 5 times the past 3 years or whatever. So in Dallas, I'm just vegan. Like they're like, oh, you don't eat? No, you're vegan. I'm like, okay, cool. One of my vegetarian friends called me out because of a picture. Maybe I am high. I've been here for like an hour.
Yeah.
No, one of my friends called me out because I liked a picture of a burger on Instagram a couple weeks ago. One of my vegetarian friends. She's like, you like this picture of a burger on Instagram? I was like, that's like telling a lesbian she can't like a dick pic. Like, I know what a good one looks like. It was a good looking burger. I know it was probably delicious. Like, it's fine. It was. Gosh. A lot of like male comedians these days, like when I go to open mics, they're talking about like queefing.
Oh yeah.
That's so annoying to me. Like you guys keep bringing it up. But one thing like guys are not realizing is like your dick is supposed to fill up the pussy.
Oh,
if it filled it up, air wouldn't get inside, guys. Science. So just stop talking about it because you're revealing yourself. Like guys also talk about like a lot. Like they talk about prostitution a lot in open mics in LA. And I always think like, what would it be like if women talked about prostitution like just as much?
One day in my house.
Like we're just waiting for the dick to go on sale. That's what it is, you know. Like, if you guys are prostitutes, you guys don't get the joke. Like, we would roll up. Excuse me, how much is the dick? It's $50. Can I get 20% off? No. Call me when there's a sale, okay? Because I'm not paying full price for the dick. Women love sales. That's the whole point of that joke. Okay. I have some new thoughts. I love to run through like a couple of things with you guys, things I wrote down. My grandma is mean as hell, you guys. She's 84. She's so mean. Like growing up, I had a cousin who was bulimic. She would eat, throw up her food. My grandma pulled her inside and said, "Baby, you can't be bulimic in my house. You got to be anorexic because you can't waste my food." I said, "Damn, Granny." She said, "Just don't eat anything. You can't eat my shit." Like, ladies, this is not even a real joke yet. It's just annoying. Like, just for the women. Have you ever seen a guy, like, you've been walking down the street or wherever in a bar, and you see a guy and he has a beautiful neck? He says he has a beautiful neck, and he turned around, he's ugly as fuck, and it just makes you mad. It's like, why is your edge up so good in the back, brother? Like, ugly guys are supposed to have bumpy necks and shit. Like, it's just frustrating. I feel bamboozled. Have y'all ever tried to like be at a bar, like dancing, having a good time, and you have to like automatically like think about your past due bills, and you stop having a good time at that moment? Damn, that's not even funny. That's just real. Shit.
For real.
The other day, this is my last joke. The other day, I actually prevented a white man from getting on an airplane, which was pretty cool. Yeah. Because he kept coming up to me, like asking me for my phone number. He was wasted. And I was like, "I'm not interested, dude. I'm not interested. I'm not interested." And he was like really annoying. And finally a white woman stepped in and said, "You're making us both uncomfortable." I'm like, "Oh shit. Becky, how are you uncomfortable from me handling this situation?" But anyway, like when she jumped in, I thought, oh my goodness. WWWD, you guys. What would a white woman do? What would a white woman do? And I said, I grabbed my belongings. I went right over to like the stewardess lady. I was like, "Excuse me, do you have a moment?" I never do this. I'm sorry, I never do this. But that guy's harassing me. And the guy, he didn't get on the plane, you guys. Yeah. And I used what white women taught me that day. And then I took it one step further. I got on Twitter and I tweeted about it. I was like, "Thank you, American. You've done your due diligence." All right, I appreciate it. That's it. I'm Jazmyn W.